George Kilpatrick, Inspiration for the Nation, celebrating people we feel good about. Well, we've got someone we feel good about, dreamer Glen. You may know her as Miss Prissy's. And that's, of course, at the Salt City Market, but she's embarking on a new adventure, and we're here to tell you all about it. You're inviting some folk in the community to come out and learn about a foundation that you've started, and I'm anxious to let people know what it's all about. So welcome to the program. And first of all, what are y'all cooking up at Miss Prissy's? Y'all got some good stuff over there?
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. And we have good stuff every day. So right about now over at Miss Prissy's, these lunch specials are, it's hot. They're flying out of the door. The boneless honey Hennessy wings, the macaroni and cheese, the lemon butter dill salmon. So it's all good. So, you know, when you get a chance, stop down.
I will do that. I will certainly do that. So obviously that was part of, you were one of the inaugural businesses that were part of the Salt City Market. You went through a couple of years of training as a selected entrepreneur, and now your business is up and popping. So how long has it been? About a year, right?
It's been a year and a half. So, you know, it's been a wonderful experience. It's been a year and a half. Business is great. So we're excited to see, you know, where we're going to go from here.
Looking forward to it. All right, so let's talk about the Nile Dayne Foundation. What's that all about?
So the Nile Dayne Foundation is a not-for-profit that was just recently started. Actually, this idea came to me in January. And, you know, I didn't expect things to move and happen so quickly, but yet here we are. So I formed it in January, and we actually got not-for-profit status in April, surprisingly enough. So the foundation is in memory of my deceased daughter. Her name is Nile Dayne, and she would have been 20 years old this year, February. She would have been 20 years old. And, you know, I wanted to do something great for the community with the platform that I have in her memory, in her honor. So I created the foundation, and what it will encompass is it's a tutoring / mentorship program for young people of color, Black and brown kids. You know, the kids that are on the cusp, the kids that can go either way. You know, we have partnered with Syracuse, some of my old professors. You know, it helps to be a straight A student because you can call for favors later on. So I partnered with some of them, SU, and some different people in the city. They're going to volunteer their time to be mentors, to be tutors, and these children are going to have one-on-one access, and their families are going to have one-on-one care, you know, tutoring, outside resources. I have mental health people. I have people in the medical field. I have people that can, you know, whatever you need a referral for. It's kind of a one-stop shop. And I think that's what's missing here in Syracuse, because sometimes poor people or people that are living on the poverty line, all they have left is their dignity. And they need to be serviced in such a way that that's preserved for them. So I want to do that. I want to offer them services that they don't have to travel all over the city for. So if you need to fill out your college application, but your mom is also having some medical issues that she's not sure about, we want to help with that too. We want to be able to help you learn about finances and credit cards and interest rates. We want to help you learn about all of the things that you need to do life. We need to let these young people, know that if college is not what you want to do, please don't do it. We need plumbers. I have a master's degree, but I'm certainly not going to fix my own toilet, and that's okay. You know, we just want to have a holistic approach to young people and their families, because you can get the young people all day. You can talk at the young people all day, but it's when their parents and their families and their grandmas and their aunts and uncles are involved that real change starts to happen. So that's basically, in a nutshell, you know, what it's all about. There will be a scholarship component. The scholarship, if you go to a 4-year college, my goal is to give each kid $10,000 a year that they are in their 4-year program. If it's 2-year, you get whatever it is for 2 years. If it's a trade school, you will be able to have assistance to go to the trade school of your choice. Not only does it follow you from 9th through 12th grade, this mentorship and this tutoring will follow you throughout your college career, your trade school career. We often lose kids there. They're still trying to figure it out when they're in this,
Right.
post-secondary education.
Sure.
They might be hungry. They might need pizza money. They might need a book. They might need instruction on how to fill out some paperwork. And we want to be there to be able to assist them with that. When they get out, they need connections because Syracuse is a town. We all know that. So, I might know somebody that can get them an internship to get them the experience that they need to get the job that they want. So we want to be able to keep those, these young people close. And because of that, the program will be small. I don't want to have any more than 30 young people so
30.
that we can.
And you said 30 young people, but will all of them be getting scholarships? That's a lot of money.
All of them will not be getting scholarships. So the scholarships are on an application, process, and it will be primarily need-based. And just because you go through the program, you do not have to, apply for a scholarship, and you don't even have to apply to any secondary, educational program. That's not a prerequisite. You can come in and get the services and the help that you need. And then people can apply for the scholarship that have not completed the program. So it's open, and we do have a board of people that will, review the scholarships. So, we're pretty excited about that.
And so you're having a kickoff informational type session coming up. When is that, and how do people, because what do you want people to know? You want people to donate to it? You want them to be tutors for it? What would you like to
all
have
of
happen?
the above.
Okay.
All of the above. So this is a true call to action. If you care about, the young people and families, and you want to make a difference in the community, please come out on August 9th. At 5 p.m. at 500 West Onondaga Street. It is the SPA 500. We are having a launch informational for the Nile Dayne Foundation. We are going to introduce it to the community and tell everyone, what it's about. You'll get to hear my story about how this came to be, which a lot of people, they don't know. So it'll be pretty surprising and interesting. And I am calling on people to donate. We need your funding. We need your time. We need your expertise. So if you want to be involved, if you would like to meet with me before August 9th, you can always find me at Miss Prissy's.
At the Salt City Market, right?
City Market.
Which, by the way, is located, what's the address, the official address?
The address to the Salt City Market is 484 South Salina Street, right on the corner of Salina and Onondaga. You can't miss it. It's the hot pink stall, and I'm always here, So if
because sometimes we talk as if everybody knows their way around the Cuse, and you would be surprised.
They don't. They don't. They really don't. I have people calling me every day, like, "Where are you again? Where are you located?" And that's perfectly okay. But I'm always at the market. That would seriously be the easiest way, to get in touch with me.
And you said that Ms. Prissy's was the impetus or the platform which enabled you to launch the Nile Dayne Foundation.
Absolutely. I believe that, I'm a community business owner. And more importantly, I'm a Black woman community business owner. And I think that although you don't want to be seen giving, you should be, you don't want to give to be seen, but you should be seen giving.
Yeah.
I do very well, in my business. And I think it wouldn't be right for me to take money from my community and not somehow give back to my community.
I love it.
And I believe that I'm blessed, because I bless other people. And that is my prayer every day when I get up. God bless me, so I can be a blessing. Whatever little bit I do have, I will share it. So Ms. Prissy's has given me the platform to be able to do what I do and to move how I move. So, and I love that people know who I am, because of Miss Prissy's. And at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's about how can I make this community a better place.
And before I go, tell me about Nile Dayne.
So she was, she was my baby. She passed away in infancy. She was 1 month and 4 days. I became, which part of the story is going to be told on August 9th. I became severely preeclamptic with the HELP syndrome. And, that's another topic, especially for Black women, the injustices and the disparities in healthcare, because, I was telling the doctor that was taking care of me at the time, something is wrong, I don't feel well. And I was dismissed. And at the end of the story is, I was improperly diagnosed. And I was severely preeclamptic when I was told that, I just had a little heartburn and I should go home and relax. And as a result of it, I almost died, and my child did pass away, 1 month and 1 month and 4 days later. So just covering those topics, which the Nile Dayne Foundation will also encompass, we want to be advocates, for Black and brown people of color. We want to be there with you when you make that phone call or when you go to the doctor, because I've lived it, and it's very necessary and it's important. She lived, and we thought that she was gonna, take a turn for the better, but she didn't make it. And from that moment, I figured out that I needed to do something, because at the end of the day, she's dead, I'm not. So I had to keep living. And because I'm still living, my life has purpose, because I very well could have died along with her.
Dream, I know you're a woman of faith. How much was your faith tested during that time?
Oh, goodness. During that time, a lot of things happened. I was married. I'm no longer married. I was divorced, and, going through that, and, your child is, you have a dead child, and then my grandmother passed away. It was just like everything started happening, one after the next. But, when you trust God, you just have to take that attitude. Yet will I trust you, no matter what yet will I trust you, no matter what it looks like, no matter, what I feel like, yet will I trust you. And because I decided to just walk in faith and trust him, Miss Prissy's was born, the Nile Foundation is born. And things are just happening, great things, one after the next. My trial was only but for a moment, and we're coming out on the other side, and I'm grateful. And I promised him, that as long as I got out of that, I would serve him. And that's my duty, to serve. I'm in service, but I'm not a servant, and I serve my community. I give my community my service.
Well, if I shouted, Dreamer, I'd be running up in here, because that's a testimony.
I'll just take your offering. That's all.
Hey, right? Don't get it twisted. Okay. The Nile Dayne Foundation kickoff informational will be August the 9th. What's the time again?
August the 9th at 5 p.m. And you also can find a link on Eventbrite. And we're on Facebook, the Nile Dayne Foundation. The website will be up and running by the end of the week. TheNileFoundation.org. We're on all social media platforms, and a link to the invite.
And let's spell Nile. Go ahead, spell it.
Nile. Nile, like the river, and Dayne, Dayne.
See, we got to do that, because there's a lot of different ways that can go.
Yes, Nile, a lot of extra letters they'll put in.
Right. Nile Dayne, Dayne Foundation.org for more information. Mark your calendars. Saturday, August the 9th, 5 p.m. at the Spa at 500 West down on Docker Street, just so you know. And if you're down at the Salt City Market, go and see Miss Prissy's. They take care of you. They really do.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Dreamer, and I was funny because Dreamer said, "Hey, I got something I got cooking, and I'm gonna come back to you when I'm ready." And here we are, we're
Absolutely.
ready.
And that was at the end of last year, you know.
Yes,
I'm like,
yes,
I got
yes,
something
yes,
going on,
yes,
you know,
yes,
and
yes.
it's coming to fruition, you know, and I'm very passionate and very excited about it. You know, there are lots of organizations,
Yeah.
you know, in the city, but we need more because there are a lot of kids, you know, they need help.
What a testimony. We're looking forward to seeing some great things. And what I like most about this, Dreamer, is that I think it's a message, and I received this message from you as well, that to whom much is given, what's the saying? Don't get me started,
Who much is given, much is required.
much is
Absolutely.
required. And so seeing that I've been blessed, now how do I give? And I'll give you this little testimony. I'm working on some things, right? And I was challenged with, okay, so what's your highest outcome for this thing? And it kept, you know, in the conversation, it's about, it was always like money, money, money. And I was like, you know what, that's not really what it is. And so I have to reframe what it is, because that if that's all it is, then what am I, you know what I mean? It can't be just that. Certainly the
Absolutely.
outcome, you know, what the Bible says, money answers to all things, but I get that, but that's not necessarily the motivation. And so I have to reframe. So I just wanted to give you that.
Yes, yes,
I'm relating that to
absolutely.
your story, because you said I'm doing some stuff, but now I have to figure out how to bless others even as I'm being blessed. And so that's really the question. And so thank you for that affirmation. See how God works?
See, this works it right on out.
All right, Saturday, August 9th, 5 p.m. at the Spot 500.
It's a Tuesday.
I'm sorry,
Tuesday.
I keep saying Saturday. Tuesday, August the 9th. Tuesday, August 9th, 5 p.m., Spot 500, 500 West Island Street, Nile, Dayne Foundation.org. Find them on Eventbrite, Facebook, and everywhere, and we'll have the links here as well. George Kilpatrick, Inspiration for the Nation, Dreamer Glen, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.